And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hiatus Hangout. And my boyfriend just dropped a drink on me. I'm going to kill him. Give me the coke if you want to live. I don't care. So, with me, I have Harmonica Man. Let me turn my camera on.
No, please wait till I'm done.
Okay. Real quick while he's out of the room. High five. Sorry, I look like human trash right now, but you know what? For the first time in forever, I have a Thursday off. I have not had that in weeks. And
I look like Mr. Clean.
This is Josh. Josh is annoying.
Hi, Josh.
Josh, say hello to Harmonica Man. I just break your finger.
Hi.
So, yeah, sure. I'll take a drag though. A lot going on this week. Yeah, please do. Go play Fortnite or something. Annoying ass. So, we got a lot going on this week with police and black people, man. I don't know why. You know, you would think with all of the ongoing nonsense with the Chauvin trial, you know, I almost have hope he's going to get convicted. Almost. That's it's very slim hope, but it's hope. And
I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry about the lag, by the way. I don't mean to talk over you or anything.
Oh, the cop that killed George Floyd?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't watch TV, but I heard about it.
Yeah, I'm starting to think there might be some sort of hope that he'll be convicted. I don't know why I picked the Coke. I'm grabbing a Sprite. I'm making a drink because I'm getting the alcohol for this.
Yeah, and you're around me. You might want a drink.
I can't decide if I want limoncello, hypnotic, or maybe I'll do both like I did last time I had a drink. So, you know, first we just had this poor he was a young child. I feel like I'm old enough to be his mom in some ways, even though I'm not. But I feel like everybody's mom though, because I am someone's mom. I do not understand how
I'm old
any
enough
cop.
to be a dad.
What is she? Hasn't that cop been on the force?
Granddad.
You heard about that, right?
What?
This cop had been on the force like 30 years, and she's claiming she fatally shot this kid during a traffic stop because he was resisting arrest. If that's true, whatever, but she's claiming she didn't realize the difference between her taser and her gun.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why they're totally shaped different.
She's been a cop almost 30 years, and she doesn't know the difference between a taser and a gun. That's bullshit.
Yeah, she's lying.
That's some big titty bullshit.
You're about to be some big titty.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, thank you. Aw, isn't he nice? He claimed me a cup to make my drink. But yeah, it's ridiculous. And now I'm hoping with the fact that the evidence is heavily against Chauvin, that'll be an example. I know this cop was actually brought up on charges, but I don't like the idea that it's only manslaughter. Second-degree manslaughter is not enough. Honestly, it needs to be like, I mean, I don't think she stopped him intending to kill him, so I don't think first degree is appropriate. But there's got to be some sort of, I think it's more than manslaughter at this point. Maybe like second-degree murder.
Well, yeah, if she actually used a pistol and, shot the kid, then all he did is get back in his car, from what I hear, right? Was that the one?
I didn't realize that was a death sentence. See, what a lot of cops don't seem to understand anymore is that we have a whole ass court system, and in some states we do still have the death penalty. So I'm turning my camera off because I don't want to see it. But we have some states have the death penalty, but it's not for the police to decide. who gets to live, who gets to die. There's a lot of God complex.
Right.
And
yep, they watched too many Clint Eastwood movies when they were young.
You know what? I honestly have never seen a Clint Eastwood movie other than I think I saw parts of Heartbreak Ridge. But, you know, a running joke in the community.
My favorite.
He hasn't seen anything. So, no one should be.
Yeah, the police definitely have a God complex about them. And even, you know, when they come out to my house and I get a little ornery and threaten to shove a howitzer up my banker's ass, they come out, Randy, you can't be doing that stuff tomorrow. And I'm like, get off of my property. You're not intimidating me by your mere presence. Guess again. And then they get, you know, and then I pee on their car.
If you were a person of color, I do not think you'd be with us today if you said something like that to a cop. And it's a disgusting double standard.
Right. It really is. And it needs to stop. I'm so frustrated about today's society that it's just, I don't know. I wake up angry and fighting. And, you know, I have these problems with PTSD and clinical depression and stuff anyways. And, you know, and then right now I just got my shot a couple of days ago and it's messing with my health along with a whole bunch of other health problems.
Which shot did you get?
I'm not sure. I think Meridian, is that the name of it?
There's Pfizer.
I'm not sure.
Moderna. There's Pfizer and Moderna.
I don't know. I got a card.
Oh, you got a card. Cool. I think I'm going to end up with the Moderna.
You know, they give you.
I'm going Monday. I was going to do the Johnson & Johnson because I do not like needles. This one shot was going to be enough for me. And plus that would be less time off work. Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, you got the Moderna. Okay. Yeah. I was going to do the Johnson & Johnson to only get the one shot. But since they put the pause on it because of this extremely rare blood clotting disorder that exactly six people have developed.
Huh. Yep, the VA, I was going to get mine that day, and they called me up right because I got a procedure done, and I was leaving that doctor's office, and I was headed over to the VA, and they called me up and said, your appointment has been canceled because of the FDA and the CDC and the OFU decided not to. So then they said, we got this other one. Do you want to come in and get it this afternoon? I'm like, hey, damn Skippy. Try to stop me. I already spent the gas to come, 35 miles over here to get it. I'm not a rich man.
Yeah, I gotta drive.
Can't afford the gas to just go running around whenever. You know how it is. You just can't waste.
Yeah, no, I think I have to go to. I am going to South Jersey, I believe. Because on paper, I still live in central New Jersey, even though I actually live in Philadelphia. For insurance purposes. Yeah, I've got my daughter set to start a bunch of, she's starting speech therapy. She's getting an occupational therapy evaluation, not next week, but the week after. And then, now the speech therapy evaluation is scheduled for June, but I put her on a cancellation list so that if anybody cancels, we can get in sooner. But that's all in New Jersey. And I was getting her started on all of that. She was getting speech therapy through a local hospital. Well, not so local, really. It's Camden, and I lived in Ewing, which is just outside Trenton, central Jersey. And Camden is south. I had her started on that well before the pandemic hit. And now I'm getting her started at a new place that's closer to where she, and as far as the state of New Jersey knows, I live. I'm just slowly pouring out this frozen Sprite into this lemon.
Yeah, just be careful. They don't hunt you down.
No, they're not going to hunt me down. Honestly, I think in these times, there's better things to worry about than a little single parent.
Well, for now, yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
I mean, eventually
but
I am going to change
um,
things over. Eventually I am going to change things over, but I do
How-
want to. Yep. Y'all two better shut the hell up. Please excuse
I'm
the
sorry.
cockatiels.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
They're just trying to log into Twitter.
Log into Twitter. What about Twitter?
Your birds, they're logging into Twitter.
Yeah, well, they can go tweet themselves. They're mean. They sit on my head for fun. They're mean. That's why we don't look at them.
Excuse me.
You're fine. No, they're mean. They like to shit on my head for fun, and when
really?
they fly around, they're assholes. They'll like shit in your food, and they're awful, and they do it on purpose.
Oh yeah. You ever watch the videos of parakeets and parrots and everything else just like picking on cats? And I mean they have a very crass sense of humor about them that most other animals couldn't even dream of, and they're just little, I guess cockatoos. The phrase would be shitbirds.
Nothing is as funny as cockatoos.
Oh really?
Cockatoos are a riot. Oh,
are them the ones with the big old fan?
Yeah. Yeah, those are the ones.
Okay. My cousin had some.
Though. Honestly, I want a parrot, but I don't want to deal with the yelling. So I guess I don't want a parrot.
Right. I was thinking about adopting a cat or something, but you know, I don't know. I'd feel bad about not being able to take it to the vet and stuff. It probably wouldn't be fair if I go back on the road. You know, if I'm playing concerts on the road or whatever, the most I would get to do is stuff like this. You know, if I'm not playing, I would, you know, I'd be on the bus or whatever, or checking up on all my friends on online.
So that wouldn't be fair to an animal. That's true.
Right now, I just observe the wild animals. I got bears, and I got a white wolf that helps me keep the rabbits down around here.
Hold up, you have a pet wolf?
That's nice.
You have a pet wolf? I love that. Or does he just live in the area?
He thinks I am. He lives in the area, and we respect each other, and we'll walk past each other and stuff.
That might be pretty awesome.
Same thing with, you know, I'll take a nap in raspberries or whatever, and I'll wake up and there'll be a deer or a bear or something, and they'll just look at me and go, huh, you know, and just turn around, just not even care that I'm there. I have no threatening nature to me when I'm out in the woods, and I haven't had anything charge me or anything yet. They all just want to hang around, check me out, and eat food and stuff with me, and they're okay with it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't know. I think I'd be scared shitless if there was a wolf living in my area. We have an irresponsible neighbor whose chicken gets out constantly. I mean, the chicken hasn't gotten out in a while, but there would be times. Like, I actually live in a fairly walkable part of Northeast Philadelphia, and there would be times my boyfriend and I would leave the house and we'd want to go walk over to the local 7-Eleven or something, and there's the chicken or the guy's pet duck or his goose or something. And I'm like, can he get a hold of his pets? And then you go to their house and hey, your duck is running around our backyard or our driveway. You want to go get your duck before it gets run over? And it's cursing me out. Like, no, fuck you.
Like pooping all over my porch. You better get the son of a bitch or he's going to be my dinner.
No, honestly, killing a duck would be like, I don't know if you've ever been in any stream that discussed this, but Josh is obsessed with ducks. He wants a pet duck.
No. I never have.
He will have a duck. It all started not too long after he got Animal Crossing New Horizons. One of his starter in Animal Crossing, you get these little villagers that live on your island, and one of his starters was a duck. And he now has 3 different ducks living on his island, and he's just decided ducks are the cutest thing ever. and he wants a duck, and I'm not going to stop him. But see,
God, I love those baby ducks too, following mom along. I mean, you just can't get over that, you know.
But see, I want a dog, and it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
He just said, "No duck, no dog." I don't know if you heard him.
Yeah.
It is a very tiny apartment. Our walls are very thin. So, yeah, apparently there will be a duck whether I like it or not. But you know what? Maybe to be an asshole, I'll pick a breed that preys on ducks.
Right? Like
Teach him a fucking
Labrador
lesson.
or something.
Oh, the dog is chasing the duck. I guess you got to get rid of the duck. Because I didn't want the damn duck to begin with. He's just sitting there, you get rid of the dog.
That's mean.
Well, yeah, it is mean. No, I love animals. I couldn't engage in animal cruelty. I may joke about it, but I could never. Honestly, it's one of the few things that drives me to unprovoked violence.
Yeah, I saved a partridge the other day that got hit by a car about a mile down from my house, and then I took it to the veterinarian about 10 miles away, and then they called a bird people, you know, to come and save it. And the bird doctor showed up, and yeah, and it didn't last. The car hit it so hard, I guess it split its breastbone, and everything was kind of hanging out. They had to, you know, kill it so it wasn't suffering anymore.
That's just
yep. So
granted,
I was kind of hoping it would have another brood.
Yeah. Granted, I grew up in a household. See, hearing about animals meeting an unfortunate end, that just breaks my heart. Now, I grew up in a household where the reason I have never seen Old Yeller is that I was not allowed to watch Old Yeller as a child because my mother had a very strict rule. No movies where the animal dies.
Oh.
And it's still a thing.
Now, see, it was different for me.
I was a grown-ass adult. I was like 18 or 19 when I Am Legend came out, I think. Maybe a little younger. Because I don't remember what year it came out. And my parents like Will Smith. I like Will Smith. Will Smith is awesome. And we were thinking, oh, Will Smith movie. Let's record it on the DVR and watch it because Will Smith. Well.
Yeah, and they had that poor German Shepherd on there. Oh boy, that was a heartbreaking scene.
It got to the part the hero dog saves Will Smith, gets infected, and is about to go mutant or whatever, and Will Smith has to put the poor dog out of its misery. And my mom started screaming at my stepdad, "You blindsided me! No, you know how I feel about movies where the dog dies." And she just parroted him. After that, she did not speak to him for something like 3 days, which is a record because, you know, my stepdad can't usually go 1 hour without annoying my mom. Or me, if I happen to be in the general.
I had a beagle that, I don't know if it went rabid or what the hell ever it was, but I think I was like 6 or 7, somewhere around there. And my dad handed me a big buck knife and threw me in the cage with him and said, "It's either you or him."
That's terrible.
So I had to kill my dog by hand.
Abuse. I don't even know.
Yeah, that was my life, though. You know. That's, you know, all the skills that I got and everything. That's where when I went in the Army, you know, I went right straight into SF training. Well, artillery mostly, and then SF, and I, you know, trained survival and stuff like that for people. I didn't have a problem with it, but after all that, you know, I left the Army and I decided, you know, I've killed just about everything that walked, crawled, or flew, and I'm done. I'm just done. So now I just have a soft spot for animals and stuff like that. So.
Animals are so much better than people.
Right.
See, speaking of the Army and the military, I was taught the one surefire way to piss off a Marine in 5 seconds flat. You ask them what it was like being in the Navy.
Because I heard that too.
Apparently they get so mad because they think the Marines are like something else entirely. It's like, no. You know, God forbid I ever speak to my father again. I'm going to ask him how that works. Because apparently my father was a Marine. I have nothing to do with my father. If God willing, I never will again. I'm very
well,
sad.
It isn't separate. separate force. They are ground forces, but they use the Navy to get there.
Yeah.
To the other places. So just like the Army uses the Air Force, and all their aircraft and stuff to get to the other places. They each have their own, but the Air Force is much, much bigger, for transporting.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing, the military, honestly, in some ways, is kind of archaic. You know what they need to get rid of? Selective service. Or if they're going to have it, it should not be only for men. People talk about equality, and there is something to be said for if women want to be equal to men, they should be treated equal to men in all ways. Now, a lot of that is used by heads who think, if a woman hits me, I get to punch her. Like, no, that's never acceptable. But if a woman perpetrates domestic violence, for example, she should be prosecuted to the same full extent a man would be. And when you look at selective service, the fact that it's only men really is kind of sexist, because it kind of implies that a woman wouldn't be
but it's country. Well, I think a lot of the reason is if you are drafted, because that's only for the draft.
Look, I have a pest.
If they switch back, we have a major war, and you get drafted, and and then all the boys go to war, and then somebody's got to stay behind, and take care of the, building all the bombs and airplanes and shit, and like they did, way back when.
Really, but, what's the point of a draft?
Well, yeah, and what's the point of selective service to begin with? If we're not going to have the draft, it's a volunteer all the way. Right now, it's nobody's. They're not coming to people's houses and saying, "Hey, we're going to take your eldest son or whatever over to freaking wherever." They just don't do that anymore.
Passover vibes.
I don't know where I got that. But,
Jesus Christ.
My dad was the youngest of 14, and they were all boys except for one girl. Right. And every one of them were in the military, and I'm like 10th generation military. And I didn't stick around. So I've been trained since I was pretty much born to be a soldier, and I'd rather be a harmonica player. I changed my mind. No,
you want to be a harmonica player, you go ahead and be a harmonica player. I don't like that shit where parents try to live vicariously through their kids. Like, okay, big whoop. Your father was a lawyer. It doesn't mean you have to be a lawyer. That's like this one's father here owned a pizza shop when he was young. By that logic, shouldn't he own a pizza shop? Well, no, he'd rather be a pro gamer. Not that that's a realistic career option, but it could be something to do with his spare time.
Yeah, testing and stuff, and because they do have some tests.
Or it could be a side gig.
Programmer.
And that's one thing I also can't stand. Stop fucking trade shaming. Not everybody's meant for college, and that's okay. Right. Not everybody's academically wired.
Yep.
Besides, the trades make more money.
Yeah, they do.
What?
I went to college for a little while and then I got sick. So that went down the tubes.
Yeah.
As usual. This is, my life off and on kind of thing, but it was for business. I'm sorry?
Oh. No, I got a year of community college under my belt myself. I was going to go for paralegal studies. And at some point, I do want to get back to that. But right now, I have some pretty decent job security at the job I'm at. I'm sure you've seen my Twitter gripes about my fucking job, these fucking people, Oh, man. We actually hired some people, thank God, because we were on the verge of being so understaffed that it was going to be me and my boss and nobody else to run the desk, which meant I would have had to be there 12 hours a night, 7 days a week. I'm sorry, but I'm not fucking doing that. Yeah, okay. So
I'm gonna come back.
I don't
for
have a
this.
job.
Let me see if I can find another one.
you have a million match packs all over that goddamn bedroom.
You know what? I'll bring you. I got one.
I'm keeping the lighter, bitch. I keep custody of this. This, at least we have.
I just told you I got one.
Oh, cool. At least we have relatively minor disputes on stream.
Right.
Because if I was tearing his head off about something serious, that'd be a little embarrassing. All right, I think my drink is drinkable. I figured out recently that alcohol can help solve the frozen soda problem without fucking up the carbonation. So now I have sparkling alcoholic lemonade because I put alcohol in it.
Oh, there.
So
There you go.
So at some point,
I like drinking Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke is good, but I was never big on whiskey. I'm
Just-
more of a. I mean, when it comes to hard liquor, I was always a vodka kind of girl. I do like cognac. I do like Hennessy. The secret to my pina colada recipe is a tiny bit of Hennessy. Not much, maybe a splash. But it adds that kick to it. And I make drinks in such a way, like this right now, it does not taste like alcohol. And I do that on purpose. Because you drink more at a faster rate. And then 20 minutes later, oh, I'm completely shit-faced to the wind. Woohoo!
Yeah, I like mixed drinks. I like some fruity stuff and everything too. But, in general,
And there's no shame in that.
I don't know. I just kind of grew up on whiskey.
Yeah, well, you're not less of a man
What?
for like fruity stuff. Big whoop. You like your drinks to taste good. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you're less of a man because you like the fruity stuff. Because I used to chug vodka out the bottle.
Oh yeah. It's
you less of a woman?
it doesn't matter. I shouldn't be drinking anyways. I just, got news that, I still have some testing to do and everything, but I got the Crohn's disease in like 5 different places. And it's flaring up pretty good right now in my small intestines. And we're seeing if we can adjust the medication or cut my intestines out, one of the two.
Oh, God.
So I don't want that to happen.
Problems.
Because then they're going to have me on one of them stupid drips and everything and no food for like 6 months. I can't do that.
Oh, no, I'd have to fucking kill myself. Because I'm sorry, but I like food.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
on Twitter.
It's not fun.
Well,
I just cooked some hamburgers today. It's like 34 degrees out right now, and I went out to the grill and fired that up and got some like 4 hamburgers so I can have something. It's too solid of a food though. I need to find something that's a little bit softer to eat. So it's hurting me right now. It's like hitting me like a ton of bricks.
Fruit smoothies are your
I'm sorry,
friend.
what's that?
Fruit smoothies. When I was pregnant.
Fruit smoothies? Yeah.
When I found out when I was pregnant, I actually found out when I was a little less than 2 months along that I had gallstones. I have since had gallbladder surgery. But because I was pregnant, they didn't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole. So I had to make some lifestyle adjustments to prevent ever having another attack. Because let me tell you, you ever have a gallbladder attack?
Yeah, I had mine extracted about about 15 years ago.
Okay, so you know what it is. It's torture.
Yeah.
It's on par with labor pain, but in one aspect it's worse. Because with a gallbladder attack, you don't know when it's going to end. At least with pushing out a baby, there's an end in sight when the baby is out of your twat.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, trust me, you don't want to push out a kid. You don't want to do it.
No.
The worst part is the epidural stops working towards the end, or at least it did for me. And it wasn't so much the contractions that got me. It was feeling the pressure on my pelvic bone from my daughter coming out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So, but, yeah, but my gallbladder, they found out that I had the gallstones, and it was just like, you know what? They're not going to touch me with a 10-foot pole because I was pregnant. So what I did was I switched to a 2 liquid, 1 solid meal plan. So I would make my own fruit smoothies, and I would have a smoothie for breakfast and a smoothie for lunch and something solid for dinner. Or I would do like a smoothie for breakfast, solid lunch, as long as 2 of the meals were liquid and 1 was solid. Usually usually dinner was solid because I lived with my aunt at the time, and my aunt would cook dinner, so I would eat a solid meal.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would just get pregnancy cravings and go to Wawa. Or are you not familiar with the heaven that is Wawa?
They what?
A condescending sip of my drink. You never heard of Wawa?
Water?
Wawa. No, not water. Wawa. I'm not that drunk. No, Wawa is a chain of convenience stores. They've also expanded into gas stations. Their sandwiches are one of the best things
never heard of them.
Oh my god.
Yep, Northern Michigan don't have a whole lot of different kinds of brand stuff. You know, we get commercials for like Sonic and stuff like that, and it's like, man, you got to go to Detroit for that shit, and that's 4.5 hours away.
Detroit, oh Jesus, that's one place. Honestly, Flint is the one place I would never go, for the simple fact that
don't drink the water.
Yeah, it's like people used to say that about Mexico. It's like, no, you don't even have to go to Mexico to be told that anymore.
Right, just go to Michigan. Lower Michigan.
Ooh, man.
Most of the cities down there are the same. They just haven't caught on yet.
But yeah, and I don't know how the hell I do know how the hell they haven't cleaned that up yet. Fucking Trump had other priorities. Hopefully our new commander-in-chief will, get the priorities straightened out, and it'll even out. They'll clean it up, but I'm not even sure where they'd start at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. The damage is easier to do than building, for sure.
Oh,
and, we've had a lot of damage recently. A lot. I mean, not just the COVID stuff, but, bridges falling apart on top of people all around the country.
Environmental damage. We were doing environmental damage long, long before we were dealing with COVID. And yet there are still people who do not take it seriously.
Yep. Yeah, my little sister thinks climate change is a hoax. And along with everything else, and people on the left, she's got the whole, the left cabal thing going on. And
conspiracy.
Yeah,
that is some stupid shit. If you believe birds are not real, fucking go outside and blow your head off. Jesus Christ. Because I know for a fact birds are real.
Well, yeah, that's what I tell people.
Birds are
I tell people, go outside and apologize to the nearest tree for being a waste of oxygen, and then shoot yourself.
I'm going to have to use that. I love it. I'm going to have to use that. That's great. Oh, man.
Because it is. I mean, how could you believe this shit? I mean, how could you?
The funny thing is,
holy crap! I mean, are you?
I saw something on Facebook recently.
I guess
on Facebook, I saw something recently that really,
go ahead.
It was either Facebook or Twitter, and it really summed it up for me. Think about it in terms of, you ever been a project manager, right? To run a global mass conspiracy requires the cooperation of thousands, if not millions, of people. Think about trying to manage just 12 people.
Yep, millions.
Yeah. That right there is why the conspiracies are bullshit. It's just not feasible.
Yeah, and
fucking brains, people.
It's not that they're leaking information either. It's just some people have an agenda in order to keep bullshit going. You
And
know,
other people just
so
have their heads up their ass and don't come up with
the
anything.
people who don't think for themselves,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, they don't. They need some external authority figure, whether it be, you know, their governor, their president, or, you know, anybody but scientists.
Oh, I know.
Deity, whatever. You know, no, they'll do our thinking for us. You know, our preacher said, like the ones on TV. I don't know if you ever watched Utah Outcasts when they do their
I've never
videos
even
about
heard
the
of
preachers and shit.
I've never even
Oh,
heard
anyways,
of that.
they call out these preachers for really. Yeah, just check it out. They're pretty good. Utah Outcast, and they show these preachers in all through the Trump administration making these
Oh,
stupid claims like they're out there transgendering this children and there's no such thing, absolutely no such thing. So they're just making shit up, making up their own words again, and making everybody afraid. So they'll get
transgender is
all,
not
it's
even
called
a
rabble
word.
rousing.
The grammar Nazi
I
in me
know.
hurts to hear that. That actually hurts me in my soul.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're debunking stuff like that just about every day, and their little mini me Jesus Trump also, saying shit.
oh,
But
that golden
yeah,
idol work.
it's one of those. Yeah, it was. It really was. That was holy crap.
my
Maybe the rest of
mom
them
sees
will
that and goes,
calm
"Hey,
down and say, "Oh shit, we really went towards this."
I know. It's a cult. It's terrifying. The anti-science,
Yeah, it
the
is.
anti-intelligence, really, anything involving the use of your brain. It's horrifying.
Yep, and it's fascism.
Well, that too.
It's
of
also
course.
fascism,
Well, I mean, that
So
just
yeah,
goes without.
and I tell people this shit. Some of my neighbors still have their signs up, and I was driving along with my cousin the other day and saw this guy's great big signs all along his barn and all this stuff, Trump 2020, and I'm like, hey, you can take your sign down now, you big bag of
Oh my
stupid.
God,
It's over.
I get stuck
And
behind.
my cousin's like, no, leave it out.
I get
Oh,
stuck
really?
behind people in traffic with the Trump bumper stickers. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Your tail's not between your legs right now. I was actually at 7-Eleven with Josh earlier today. And as I'm leaving the parking lot, I see somebody in this truck and they've got this ridiculous put the mask back in Christmas and abortion is big people killing little people. And I'm like, I just handed Josh my knife and I was like, please go slash their tires. And he was like, but they're in the truck. It's like, okay, fine. I don't want to get caught. I like not having a record. So, okay, fine. You win this one. But like, seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they see in that crap. I really don't. I have no idea what they see in Trump. I mean, I know him personally. I had him kicked out of the club one time.
To me, it seems like it's more of it's validation of the bigotry that they had within their hearts the entire time. Trump was 2015 and 2016, he was popping off at his mouth about immigrants are this and Mexicans are that and da-da-da-da. We're going to build a wall. And it spoke to those people. It actually, like...
That's the enemy.
Exactly. And that's... I mean, really, is that any way to... How is that any way to live your life, though? Like, it's such a waste of energy to hate people, if you ask me. I don't understand the purpose.
It is.
Because we're not, we're all... I'm just like, we're...
Yeah, I did a thing. I did a show earlier today on atheism on my other channel, Shedding Mysticism. And I busted a few myths about, what I've heard people say about, atheists being the bad guy for no reason whatsoever, simply for not playing make-believe with them.
Paris is here. Hey, welcome to the party. I'm already
Thank you.
I can't see the chat either because I'm coming to you from Twitter. So
I could send you the YouTube link and you could just mute it if you want to follow the chat. Nobody's even in the chat.
That would be fantastic if you could. I didn't even know we were live. I thought it was just a hangout. I'm like, all right, I'll go in the hangout. Hey, we're on a show.
it's a live hangout.
On the sofa is on hiatus. It was last week and this week too. We're coming back the 22nd, me and Mike. So
I'm checking out that necklace.
That is nice. I never did get the chance to look at that up close. So yeah, we're just discussing the absolute stupidity of hating people in this world. So how are you though, Karis? It has been forever since we actually had an in-depth conversation aside from that tea you slipped in my DMs the other night.
Oh, I'm, just stuff has been weird. So I'm not sure what kind of answer I have for that. I guess things are busy. Things are certainly, we'll say lively.
Okay, that's a way to put it. I can relate. We finally hired some new people at my job. Thank God.
That's good.
I have just about had enough of me and my boss being the only reliable employees.
Oh, by the way, do you have can I watch some porn, please? In my room?
Fuck off. Oh my God. Randy missed it. The other night, somebody got mad because they called the front desk at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, front desk, can I help you? Do you have any free porn channels? No. Do you have paid porn channels? No.
Do you guys have internet? Because I mean,
we have internet. Yes.
Pornhub is a thing.
Yeah, it's like, did you seriously just come to the fucking hotel for the sake of watching porn? We're not the place. Go to one of the dumps in another town. We've got several dumps along Route 13 here in good old Pennsylvania. Go to that.
If you're wanting it for free, you're probably not too concerned about quality, and that's just something that you can.
Listen, I've never watched porn, so I'm the wrong person to.
Just want to beat your bone on the telephone, Skippy. That's all.
Oh, sorry, we're corrupting her virginity.
It's funny. I said that, and yet I have a child. Concrete evidence that I am not, in fact, a virgin. But, if Mr. Furball wasn't so
Blues
nude
man
on the Twitters.
Definitely not.
No, I always have to throw something in like that. I'll be scrolling down my feed and I'll see that. I'll be like, it's ungodly.
Furball and I are just so classy and subdued. We never mention
just the most virtuous, pious of individuals.
Right.
Highbrow.
Me too. That's why I got the white T-shirt.
I forget what I said. I think I said something like, if you guys are well behaved, then I'm a Republican at one point. Or that incident where my mom yelled at us because we corrupted one of Hiatus threads.
Your mom yelling at us was the most hilarious shit ever.
Oh, please. I got smacked the next time I saw her.
That was amazing.
Well, see, this is the thing. My mom doesn't believe in hitting children, like minors. Once I turned 18, I would do something stupid and I would get slapped upside the head. I am now 27 and I still get slapped upside the head.
I'm almost 37 and I probably need to get smacked upside the head.
She lives in Hightstown, New Jersey. If you need to get smacked upside the
you
head.
You can't smack me upside the head. You'll just slide right off.
Oh my God. Josh's mother, may she rest in peace, once said to me, with her 2 other children, she couldn't smack them in the head because it would cause brain damage. But with Josh, she couldn't smack him in the ass because it would cause brain damage.
Lord.
I mean, I've lived with the man for over a year,
Good one.
and having been with him almost 5 years, yeah, I see the accuracy of that statement. My God, the birds are behaving. It's a miracle.
I'm not texting Furball right now. Totally not texting Furball right now.
Send him the StreamYard link. Let's go nasty.
Yeah, put the. I don't even know where I am, guys. I just clicked on a link and here I am.
You want me to send him the link?
Well, we're glad
Sure,
you
go
showed
ahead
up.
and send him a link. He's cooking
Fuck
right
it.
now, though.
He's what?
He's cooking right now, though, so he won't be able to join.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well,
I
if
think
he's
I'm
cooking,
gonna
why are you
unjoin
distracting him?
and
He's cooking and you're distracting him. That's not very nice. You could burn down his house. And that's my job.
I don't know which of us is the bigger pyro.
Well, considering I openly get yelled at on Twitter anytime I even mention the fact that I work next to a fireworks store.
I light matches while I'm in Discord calls with Furball.
That's not that bad.
wow.
See,
Hey, I'm gonna
I
take
mean-
off for a little while.
okay.
Randy's
You
like,
guys have
all
fun.
right,
Have a
these
nice
chicks
chat."
are crazy.
No, Randy's
Yeah.
been on me this long.
I'm not gonna say my address.
We're
I'm
not going to
crazy
burn down
too.
your house. You haven't done anything.
That was my other personality. All right, have a good evening.
All right, good night.
So, and then there were two.
Hey.
So I did get a chance to tune into that live stream you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which I'll just let you know, I'm not really going to elaborate here or now, just because of those involved, my history with them, and
Beelzebub! Woohoo!
what's that?
How's it
There
going?
he is.
Hey,
What's up?
Just dropped the unicorn cat off at work and started some laundry.
Oh, laundry is fun. I'm just
Yeah, it's great.
I finally have a Thursday off. Y'all know how much I've been bitching on Twitter about I missed my fucking day off. So now I have Thursday and Friday off again because we hired new people. So now I'm here on a stream drinking. I'll turn my camera on so I can. Where's the button? There it is.
I'm not turning it on right now.
Josh just said this is the only Thursday you'll have off for a year. He openly. Oh, here he comes. He's gonna make a comment about my horrible work schedule. He's always got some smart ass shit to say too about my work schedule.
Am I ever wrong though?
Okay,
Josh is a disembodied voice with apparently a hand. I have seen evidence of a hand just now.
No, I'm just a grumpy old man.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
not?
I'm over here being a hypocrite, not on camera at all. So,
that's okay.
do as I say, not as I do.
I mixed limoncello and Sprite today, Paris. I feel like alcoholic sparkling lemonade.
I'm having water.
Water is good. I like water. I don't understand people who don't. I should probably drink some water.
I usually like putting flavor in it because I'm not sure I like it plain. But
Thanks for that water bottle you drank some this morning. It was like the first time I've seen you take a sip of water in like a year.
That is bullshit. I had you give me a
That
water bottle.
I've seen.
alcohol has water in it.
Water bottles at work all the time
It's what it
because
is.
work is like my home away from home.
This is
Oh. I think it was Benjamin Franklin that said, "In wine there is truth, in beer there is something I don't remember, and in water there is bacteria."
Ooh, wine. I have wine.
I personally hate wine, but
That's because you haven't found the right one.
For you.
Yeah. Wine is not all the dry red variety.
It's definitely not one size fits all.
No, it's
like I just can't get past the smell. And for alcohol taste is like
What kind of wine
80%.
are you smelling though? Like reds, whites, rosés, fruit?
I
No,
like rosés.
like the only person I really know that drinks wine at all is my mother, and she
I have-
drinks Rieslings. Okay, the only person I know personally that I'm around when they drink is my mother. And she drinks like Rieslings, Moscatos, those kinds of wines. Hate
Oh,
the
I
smell.
can't do white wine. White wine get me fucked up. I prefer reds. Rosé is good, but my mom makes fun of me when I drink it because she says rosé is for people who can't decide.
Well, I'm fine with rosé, and I mean,
It depends on the rosé though. Like white
Mhm.
Zinfandel is not bad.
I'll give her that. I mean, I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not sure. So
Dig into my fridge real quick.
See, I'm one of those people. I'm pure beer drinker.
This is my favorite rosé.
okay.
Apothic is my favorite winemaker anyway. And like my ex-husband actually got me to try Apothic Red, and that was the first red wine I actually liked, the first wine I actually liked. And then I tried Apothic Dark, and that is my absolute favorite. I actually have some in the bedroom if I want to get even drunker, but no, I also like I used to work at a winery. I used to sell wine. It was actually my first foray into sales. Like,
Could you put the YouTube channel in the side chat, please? The private chat, rather.
What way?
But as you were saying before, I very rudely interrupted you. I have ADD, guys. Sorry, it's on full display right now.
Woo!
Yeah, me.
But yeah, yeah, Apothic Dark is good. But I worked at a winery. I worked at Thomas Ellis Winery in Hamilton, New Jersey, when I lived there when I was married, and that's when I learned that wine is so much more than just red or white or rosé. The fruit wines. I have actually had the privilege of trying almond wine. Tastes like amaretto. It's really good.
I love amaretto.
So if you mix this wine with a fruit wine, it's actually really good. I think the best with raspberry wine. But my favorite fruit wine, blackberry, hands down. I used to prefer blueberry because I lived in Hamilton. It's the blueberry capital of the world. But then I tried the Tomasello blackberry wine, and I was like,
I have not had blackberry wine. I really need to try that.
oh, it's so good. Oh my god! But you gotta get the right one. Well, for any wine really, any alcohol.
I drink BM Furball. Oh.
And now we're getting. Now we are not a Christian anymore.
My Christian YouTube channel.
Yeah, because I'm just the picture of godliness. My own mother used to call me a dirty tramp to my face.
Lovely.
Oh, always out of love, though. Are you kidding? She used to drive me to work, and when I lived with her, I worked at the shop right in our town. She would drive me to work. Have a nice day, honey. Get the fuck out of my car. We have a very strange parent-child relationship, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh no.
Teach your kids sarcasm at a young age. That's what I'm doing.
That's basically what my mom did.
My 10-year-old speaks sarcasm freaking fluently. She can probably art sarcasm most adults.
My 3-year-old speaks smart ass. My parents actually had her at their house for a couple of days, and my stepdad had let her take a sip of soda because, you know, grandpas are always a bad influence on the kids.
Supposed to be.
Oh yeah, grandpas and daddies. But so my mom took the soda and put it somewhere because, you know, why are you giving the baby the soda? And she got my daughter her warm milk for bedtime because my daughter has warm milk every night at bedtime. She gives it to my daughter, and my daughter's kind of, you know, running around, and my mom says, Savannah, come on, how about your milk? And my daughter looks at my mom and goes, how about your soda? 3 years old with a speech delay.
Nice.
and comes back with that. I'm like, where did you inherit this audacity? Because I know it didn't come from me.
Where did you post the link?
What link? The StreamYard link?
Yeah, the stream link.
I think I sent it to you privately.
You did?
It's in your DMs.
On Twitter? I don't have it. Well, I mean, like, where it's being streamed to.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm drunk. Leave me alone.
Give me the video link.
Video link?
The
Okay.
YouTube.
Video link. Okay. Wait.
Furball's wanting to come in the side chat, I think.
Here you go. Check your DMs.
Thanks. And sorry to the listeners.
So great. Furball's going to come in here and fuck up the side chat with his ungodly, evenly nonsense.
Us? No.
Yeah, okay.
It's got to be impossible that I'm the only one thinking this, but does anyone else think that Charis has the perfect voice for NPR?
Oh my god.
I have no idea what that.
You're very good.
National Public Radio?
No. I'm not a big radio person.
Like-
Unless I'm in my car driving to work.
Like, part of me wants to hear Charis say, and this is Charis Crane with NPR.
And this
Peter
is
Harrington, do you need
Karis.
someone in the chat?
Karen
Oh, my
Screen
Lord,
with NPR.
hi.
Oh, Peter Harrington's here? God,
Yeah, he's in the side chat.
my goodness.
Hi, buddy. You want in? You want to stream that link? I had fun the last time I streamed with you at work because I was bored.
Peter's great.
Most of my streaming activity is actually done at work. Like I'll jump in the sewing circle on a Thursday night when I'm at work because I'm bored, and I'll just be like, I'll come in and they'll be like, so how's work? Because everybody knows I basically live at my job. Like this is the first week in a while I haven't had to stay in a room.
At least we've got one Kiwi in the chat. Well, he's Aussie. He's not
Kiwi?
Kiwi. He's not a Kiwi. He's Aussie.
That just flew the fuck over my head like most things. But yeah, oh man. That actually just made me kiwi was always a really good ingredient in my fruit smoothies that I was talking about with Randy earlier before you came in. I was talking about my 2 liquid 1 solid diet when I was pregnant.
Mhm.
I actually lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, I've been trying to watch my
There's
eating.
a
And
puppy.
what's that?
There's a puppy. There's a puppy in the stream.
I accidentally thunked her head on the desk.
Oh, are you okay?
Poor
Are
thing.
you look sad? Oh my god.
She doesn't like Uppy Goes the Puppy, and that's what I had to do to get her on my lap.
Oh, puppy. But you're so cute. Oh my god, look at those eyes. I love dogs.
This is Lucy.
Hi, you're adorable. I wish I could give you all the belly rubs.
That little face.
She would let you.
Oh my god. I get paid to give belly rubs at my job. In the morning, my boss comes in and her dog comes tearing around the corner, running to the front desk, and jumps immediately.
You first made that comment. You get paid to give belly rubs at your job, and my first thought was the guy asking you at 2 a.m. for a free porn channel.
That was a woman. That was a woman.
Oh, it was a I apologize for my assumptions.
Yeah, it was a woman. It was a woman. I've had men ask worse though. You remember when I got that call at like 3 a.m. offering me $20,000 to let them smell my feet?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Sorry, Peter. I initially called you a Kiwi, and then I realized that's not Australian. That's
There's
New
another
Zealand.
term for that? What is a kiwi? What is a kiwi other than a fruit?
I think there's an animal called a kiwi, and it's also a term for people from New Zealand, I believe.
That's right. Kiwis are little birdies. They're really cute. I've seen them.
They are adorable.
See, I'm of the belief that the only time New Zealand has ever existed is when they were filming Lord of the Rings. That's it.
I have never
The rest
seen
of the time, it's fictional, just like Australia.
We
Oh my
have a
God.
wild furball in the chat.
Hi, Purple. Oh, here we go. It's about to get real dirty up in here.
Oh, are you bringing furball in?
If Furball would like to come in, he's more than welcome.
Furball, do you want to come?
You should. That's not a good word choice from you.
What? What?
That's not. That's no. Because now I'm getting mental pictures. I didn't want those.
I can send you actual pictures.
No, thank you. I've seen my ex-husband naked. I've been traumatized enough for the rest of my life.
Hashtag relatable.
Mm.
My
No,
ex-husband, not yours.
I mean, my ex-husband and I do have a sex tape. It's actually in this laptop. I'm actually using my computer for once instead of my phone because I have reliable internet.
Okay.
Okay, the fact that you're adding the dots there, Furball. Here we go. It begins.
He says, sorry, can't come at the moment. He's cooking.
At least he spelled it in a respectable manner.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come in here at some point and start traumatizing everybody. Like, the two of you are going to start talking dirty, and Bub and I are just going to be like,
I would never. I
what
wouldn't.
do we do?
I don't have that kind of background.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I would probably like start in with his jokes and be the one that takes it too far.
Oh, is there
And your
too
channel
far?
will be destroyed.
Is there a too far? I mean, how far do you have to take it too far?
Well, for YouTube,
we're
not very far.
I mean, are you worried about monetizing it?
No, I don't give a shit about
No,
monetizing.
then you're
I have
good.
a job. The fuck do I need to monetize my YouTube for?
Extra income?
For more wine.
I like my tax situation simple like it is. I don't want to complicate my tax return any further. I live in New Jersey on paper and work in Pennsylvania, so it's enough that I have to file 2 state returns.
Mm.
And I haven't gotten either of those state refunds. Now that I think about it, now I'm annoyed. I was expecting back $1,000 from New Jersey and 600 something from PA. I'm gonna DoorDash some food because I'm drinking and I should probably eat.
Would be helpful.
Yeah, one little croissant is not.
I'm pretty sure Furball's getting auto-corrected at the moment.
I don't think that's autocorrect.
He said heat. I'm pretty sure he said meat. Meant meat.
No, I think he meant heat in a different context.
Nope, I think he meant meat, both literally and I think he meant it more literally because he's cooking. He's probably cooking meat right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he bets. I'm sure he wishes he was cooking your meat.
Yeah, it was autocorrect. Fuck you, Auto.
No, the autocorrect actually made it worse, Furball.
As it does. 82 Productions calls it.
Burgers. I can't.
82 Productions calls it autocorrupt.
Oh, there's Josh. Order pizza. Okay, where do you want it from?
Put pineapple on it.
No.
No pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
That is a crime against
No.
humanity.
No.
Josh, Karis is telling me to put pineapple on the pizza. Otto was right. When I hear someone saying "fuck you, Otto," talking about Otto, I think of the movie WALL-E.
Oh.
One of the best movies ever.
Right.
And I still can't get my little angel into it because it's not, it's not really her style. She likes more musical type movies. And WALL-E is not so much dialogue. You have to really watch.
Mm-hmm.
Mayfair pizza. Wait, no, I don't want to pay $3.49 for a delivery fee. Let's organize by delivery fee.
Pineapple.
I'm not putting pineapple on the pizza. I like my soul.
You don't have a soul anymore.
Yeah, we know.
I corrupted it.
Yeah,
Uh,
a year
well,
ago,
I know-
I was right.
I know I just got here, but Unicorn Cat forgot their medicine and stim toys at the apartment. So
Boys, what?
they're autistic, so they
Oh.
need there's little toys.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I thought like sexual stimulation because Kara's
No,
here and she corrupts my mind.
I am also on the spectrum. I just use whatever object I have nearest to me.
Yeah, I think they were using a pen, but that's not sufficient. So I'm gonna run that out and then probably do DoorDash because need money.
Yeah.
So at least I got to come in for a little bit.
It was good to have you. I told you I'd be happy to have you.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to hang out with you.
See, now we just have to figure out like an actual drinking stream, like you randomly. Hopefully, like Sunday would be better because.
I think I have to work overnight Sunday.
Yeah, I do DoorDash, and some of my best nights are Thursday through Saturday night. Sunday sucks, so I almost never go out.
Tuesdays and Fridays are my days off, so I feel like we could work in that kind of a frame.
We'll figure it out.
How are you an object, Furball? Explain yourself. I mean,
The toy for others' amusement.
Context there. Context.
See you later, everybody.
I'm not entirely sure. Bye. I'm completely oblivious. He was leaving, and I'm like derping in the side chat.
Yeah, derping. I'm sure that's what you're doing.
Call it that.
Oh, I'm sure that's what you're doing. We're fucking
Today I'm derping quite a bit.
I should call my mom on her salad thing.
Yes.
Mom. I should let her know I'm okay because last night into this morning, I literally could not fucking breathe. And I was thinking about going and getting tested for COVID. I'm okay now because Josh gave me his mom's old inhaler and I took a couple puffs of that and I'm all right. So maybe I have asthma and didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Furball.
Oh, that's the context.
Furball takes the place of a fidget spinner. He is my fidget spinner.
That does not bring appealing images to the mind. Is there like helicoptering involved? Yeah, let me just call my mother and put it on speaker and be like, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you do that. You go ahead and call her and put her on here with me. See how that goes.
Yeah, you and my mom. Well, actually, my mom likes you.
I know.
Pretty much everybody better than me. I mean, how that whole Twitter debacle started was that no,
which
she likes
debacle?
me because the one with the vacuums and the sucking and the. And
I was gonna say, I mean, we have a few debacles to choose from.
No,
you can't just say that Twitter
yelled at us. and I said, "Oh, well, how well does it swallow?" Waits to get smacked, and then my mom responded.
Right.
The line starts
both of you
with a bunch of face palm emojis. So let me just dial her up and be like, "By the way, I'm alive. I don't have COVID. Calm down." Well, first, let me see if she read my Facebook message.
I'm getting my second vaccination like next week.
I'm getting my first one because I was going to get Johnson & Johnson, but they put that on pause, so now I have to get fucking Moderna.
All right.
Okay, yeah, she didn't read it, so I'm assuming she's okay.
I'm immunocompromised, so I'm able to get mine kind of fast, I guess. I actually think essential workers should be getting theirs just as fast.
Yeah, I think because I work in hospitality, I don't qualify in the state of New Jersey, so. But April 19th, it'll be open for everybody. So, all right, let's just put this on speaker. See how this goes.
Does she know that you need to let her know that she's on live stream?
I'll wait for that. Then the reaction will be funnier.
She's gonna hang up on you.
Probably.
Can she hear me, or would she hear me? Hypothetically.
I don't think so. Because her cell phone sucks.
Hot beef
Hi, Mom,
injection.
alive.
Jesus Christ. Look at side chat.
Hot beef injection. Shut the fuck up, Furball. This bitch ain't even gonna answer her damn phone. I'll talk about
Furball, the other white meat.
I'm gonna try her house phone. Like, hi mom, don't worry, I'm not dead. Because I messaged her mom at like 4 a.m, Mom, I can't breathe. And that was the last thing she read of mine. And I got a message when I woke up because I get home from work. And
You left her with that message?
Yeah, I'm a bad
They went to
child.
sleep?
I'm a horrible child. I thought we established this. And my mom responds, what? In all caps with a bunch of question marks and exclamation
You
points.
said you left her with Mom, I can't breathe, and then went to sleep.
We've established that I'm probably one of the worst children in existence.
Okay, you know what? Get a Fitbit and get cardiogram and hook your foot, sync your Fitbit up with cardiogram and give her a link. That way she can monitor your fucking heartbeat.
She wouldn't know what to do with that. Like, how do I do this? What do I do? What am I clicking here?
What she would know what to do is if you told her you can't breathe and then went to sleep, she could see that you are in fact breathing because the heartbeat still exists.
The existence of a heartbeat does not necessarily indicate the existence of breathing.
No,
However,
it does indicate the existence of breathing at least within the last 6 minutes.
That's actually what ended up killing Josh's mother. All right, let's try the house phone. Watch my stepdad answer, and then I'll be annoyed on stream. That'll be fun. And then I'll have to not tell him. Have to make you mute your mic.
I am muting my mic.
God, this drink is delicious.
So are hot beef injections.
Okay. She'll see a missed call from me and know that I'm not dead. That'll be enough.
Well, that'll...
Hot beef injection. What the hell is wrong with you, Furball? Why would you want a beef injection?
Well, you have posted on Twitter, right? Today?
Have I?
I haven't really paid attention to Twitter today. But if she's wondering if you're actually breathing, well, honestly,
I did post on Twitter recently, but my mom doesn't check social media like that.
I imagine if she was worried, she'd be checking everything.
That's the real question. I would order
breathe and I went
Taco
to sleep.
Bell, but I'm not allowed to order Taco Bell anymore because they took away the cheesy potato grillers.
Ooh. Well, learn how to make them.
I'm going to have my door open, but I'm going to have my headphones in.
Okay.
So if you need to bring my phone.
Okay. Will he though? Probably not, because once he starts playing Fortnite, who's coming up in this house?
We can't hear you. You're muted.
So, I'm thinking I'm either going to order from Salerno's or I can't order Don Giovanni's because they went to shit. Philadelphia pizza is terrible anyway, though.
Yeah.
Good pizza? You go to New Jersey or New York?
like New Jersey, yeah.
Well, I've had New York pizza. One of the best pizzas I ever had was actually the Rockefeller Center Concourse underground had this place called Two Boots Pizza. And I used to love going there when I was a kid. Anytime I go to New York, I wanted to go to Two Boots. I loved their pizza.
Interesting.
So there is something to be said for New York pizza. New Jersey pizza is still the best because I'm from New Jersey and I say so. But
Hey, I lived in New Jersey for a number of years. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You lived in the same area as my baby daddy. I had to hit up my baby daddy's mama today because he had to drop off the planet right when I need his help solving an insurance problem because my daughter's on his insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on. I don't care what's going on. But yeah, let me go to browse. I had to delete DoorDash, and it doesn't matter because I don't really use DoorDash here. I prefer Uber Eats because usually the delivery fees are lower. And DoorDash charges a Philadelphia fee.
Yikes.
It's only $1.50, but it's like those $1.50s add up.
They do.
And I was raised in a cheapskate household. Bellasimas. Yeah, I'm gonna order Bellasimas. 49-cent delivery fee. I like that. 15 to 25 minutes. Ooh. All right, pizza. Not
You should give your viewers another ridiculous work story.
another ridiculous work story.
Oh yeah.
Oh, where do I start with the work?
You have some good ones.
I've had a lot of work stories.
The one where the guy tried to hit you.
That was a
with the
woman
car.
also who tried to hit me with the car.
Oh my god.
That was a woman. No, let me think of a crazy guy. I have a lot of crazy woman stories. I have a lot of crazy guy stories.
I'm about to get like
crazy woman stories.
hashtag not all men over here in the side chat.
Hashtag
Kara's,
not all
not
men.
all men.
All right, let's go with the large pie. And we're going to put on the extra cheese. If it's even an option, it's not an option. That's fine. Okay. So, crazy work story. What's a good crazy work story?
Not necessarily good, just crazy.
I have a lot of those. Well, there was a guy a few weeks ago. He was trouble almost from the start. I have to fucking pee, and I'm like resisting going to the bathroom. So a few weeks ago, we had this guy stay. It was him, supposedly his baby mom, and he's got these kids with him. These kids were little animals, all right? I don't dislike children.
Mm-hmm.
I dislike some specific children,
Mm-hmm.
and I dislike
certain behaviors.
Exactly.
Right.
It is not acceptable to me for a potty-trained child, or even a non-potty-trained child, because somebody needs to be being a parent, to be dragging their ass down the hallway on the carpet like a fucking dog. First of all. My first sign of trouble with these people, though, because the dragging the ass came later, and that was my coworker's problem, not my problem.
You said dragging or drying?
They were unpacking their car because I think they thought they were going to live here. Well, we have a 14-day max stay policy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's if you behave.
Right.
And at one point, one of these kids has a playmat flat in the middle of the parking lot, and he's laying on it. I'm like, even if I wasn't a parent, I know not safe when I see it. And I said to them, I'm like, that is not safe. Your child is going to get hit by a car. So this cannot be.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, we're leaving. Da 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 da." That's
still liability for you
her
guys
little
too.
child who could not be older than my daughter starts cursing at me.
Oh my goodness!
Letting it happen. I'm like, if you were my child, I would tear your ass apart. This exactly what he said. You know that there are very, very few circumstances under which I believe a child's ass should be whooped. That was one of them. That ass would have been bright red. Might not have even got any skin left.
I think my main concern about the kid would have been the physical danger that they were put in.
No, the physical danger was absolutely my concern with the one child that was in the middle of the parking lot.
Yeah, that.
It was that one's little sibling that started cursing at me. I'm like, what are you raising? What the fuck is wrong with you people? But so that was my first sign of trouble. And then one night, I'm pulling the overnight, and my boss sometimes stays at the hotel. So she blocks a room and stays there. I do the same thing. It depends on, what our hours are going to be, whether there's any point going home, and especially because I live 40 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And so my boss asked me, could I babysit her dog while she ran to the grocery store? And I'm like, fuck yeah, give me the puppy. Give me the baby. I love this dog. Y'all have seen my Twitter pictures of this dog. I have tweeted this dog, and my boss knows it, and she loves it. The dog has a fan club in cyberspace. She
Nice.
deserves it. She's a very spoiled little one.
You should make a Twitter account for the dog.
I don't think I'd be allowed to do all that. I might ask my boss if she wants to do that. But so I'm hanging out in the office behind the front desk area with the dog, and we're just chilling. You know, I had her on the office desk, and I'm giving her belly rubs, and we're just hanging out doing our thing. And then the fire alarm goes off.
Oh boy.
The sound effects are not needed. Okay, I guess that means he's going to do them anyway. So the fire alarm goes off.
Get him an air horn. Legit an air horn. That would be so funny.
Oh no, he opened the bedroom door to make it worse. Oh, wonderful. So fire alarm goes off, and poor dog's running around like, what do I do? And I'm like, God, I'm going to kill him. Y'all are going to witness a murder up on this live stream.
That would get you a lot of views.
True, but I like not having a record.
Well, you know,
He
I
has
mean,
death penalty.
sacrifices have to be made sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. And I do say hail Satan a lot. So I go to the fire alarm panel because the panel tells me what room set it off.
Mm-hmm.
And it also will say why it set it off. It'll say like smoke detector, or if it's a wiring error, I think it says that it's a wiring error. But basically, smoke detector in this guy's room. I'm like, fuck. This asshole again. I find out later on that day, after I checked the room and he's fucking screaming at me and cursing at me and calling me a fat bitch, this, that, and the third. I'm like, this fat bitch is going to throw your ass fucking out. And my boss is going to back me up.
Customer's not always right, kids.
Yeah. So I find out later on that day, though, that during the night, the guy was walking down the hall in full view of a security camera, vaping in the hallway. That's against the non-smoke policy. Vapes actually set off the fire alarm, which is why they are not allowed. To this day, I suspect that he was vaping in the room with a child in there. Like, I'm sorry, you don't vape right with a kid in the room. I understand it's safer than smoking, but it's like, have the decency. Your kid doesn't necessarily want to breathe that.
Yeah, when it comes to other people, just don't tamper with the quality of anything. Food, air, water.
Exactly. So, fast forward to the day we finally decided, you know what? We're not letting them extend anymore. Because, I mean, this guy had been just menacing and just a complete fucking asshole. His kids were poorly behaved.
This is the same one who put their kid on a playmat in the middle of the parking lot, right?
Yes. Same guy. Oh, good. You are still here, Peter. Definitely get the popcorn because this is where it gets good. The day before, there was some discussion about extending between my boss and these particular people. And the guy comes out. Now, keep in mind, he had been in the room about 5 days at that point. We threw him out before the 14-day point because he was that much of a dick. He comes out with a spoon contaminated with heroin, claiming he found it between the mattress and the fucking box spring. No, you fucking didn't. Your baby mom's probably shooting up in the room with your kids. What kind of parent are you? And so we finally decided, you know what? We're done with this asshole. We've had enough. And we basically told him, you know, this was actually, I had to deal with the first half of it. because my boss hadn't come down yet, because it was a Saturday, actually. She and I are usually, like, I'm on shift, and then she's usually in the office doing payroll or something on Saturdays. And so he comes out to the desk. I said, oh, you're checking out? He said, oh, I was going to see about. I said, nope. You are not extending anymore. Management has decided we cannot accept further extensions from you. So you need to check out no later than 11. And he's all, oh, well, I'll check out, but I'll take my sweet time. And I'm like, the fuck you will. We don't do the late checkout bullshit. So I text my boss, and I told her what was going on. Oh my god, this place has curly fries. I'm ordering curly fries. Yeah.
I love curly fries.
Curly fries are the best fries. There is no comparison. Anyway. So I text my boss, and I was like, this motherfucking asshole. And I told her what was going on. And I, like, openly text like that to my boss. Because we talk so much shit, it's not funny.
Well, you guys go through so much shit, so I mean,
oh my god,
it's got to be. You need an outlet of some sort.
My god, we do. Oh, are you kidding? We'll sit there and make fucked up words in our Scrabble games because we play Scrabble on our phone. We play the online Scrabble, and one of us will play a word and be like, "This is how I feel about this dickhead in room da 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 da," or whatever. It's so funny. So my boss comes down, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it with this guy." And I was in the office, and he comes to the desk area, and I hear him, "Get out here, you fat bitch." I'm like, so that's what we're doing today. That's the mindset I've adopted. Is this what we're doing today? And my boss is like, okay then. And he starts yelling about, I want to know if I'm getting my deposit back, da 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 da. He said, and she said, we would have to check the room. If there's no smoking or damage, it'll be 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 business days, depending on your financial institution. He's like, I want to know right now if I'm getting it back, blah, blah, blah. I'm not leaving until I know. It's like, okay, fine, we'll check the room. And my boss and I go down, we're about to go down the hall to check the room because we saw him on the camera go outside like he was about to get in his car. And then he comes back in. What are you fucking doing? Da, 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 da. He's cursing us out. And he's like, I've been nothing but respectful to you. It's this fat bitch that drives the tan car. And I'm like, why the fuck do you know what I drive?
Ooh.
And my boss goes, calling somebody a bitch is not respectful, sir. I'm like, this is the first time I've seen my boss go savage, but never to the point of out and out yelling at someone until this guy.
Nice.
So finally we go and we check the room. Now, me having 2 brain cells to rub together that I do, I decided, you know what? I'm putting the fucking deadbolt on because I don't trust this guy to come crashing into the fucking room while we're checking it. There are no cameras in the rooms. And we come out, and my boss was like, all right, the room's fine. Your deposit will be released. You can go. And he starts still screaming and cursing at her, and my boss is finally like, get out now! I'm like, oh. Barb did it. Barb yelled at somebody. Okay, that's what we're doing today. All right. So we go in the office, and we're watching the camera. Now, my boss and I were actually parked pretty close to each other. So he stops his car behind, I think it was my car, but he might have done it to hers too, and starts taking pictures of the license plates. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I went out there to make sure he didn't do something to my car. As he's driving away, he's yelling something at me. I was finally like, you know what? Just get the fuck out of here, you fucking asshole. And I flipped him off. I was just like... Meanwhile, my boss is standing right at the front door while I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I walked up to the front door and I said to my boss, I realized that was extremely unprofessional and wrong. In my defense, he deserved it. And my boss just said, yeah.
Well, also, I mean, he had already checked out. By that time, he was no longer a client of yours, right?
And he was on the do not rent list at that point.
Mm.
But fuck that. And but that's not where the story ends.
Lovely.
Then we called the cops to file a police report for the menacing, alarming, potential stalking behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Who should show up but the worst cop on the local police force, the one we hate with a passion? We call him Asshole Monty. And he's going on about, oh, it's not a crime, da-da-da-da. I said, he has harassment convictions from your own police department, from your own town. And he's, you don't know that? I said, really? Because I got it from your police blotter, sir. He doesn't like me anyway because I had another run-in with him where I knew the law better than he did. I said, at one point I had said to him something about, don't we have the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason as long as it's not discrimination based on protected class?
Mm.
And he had said, you're pretty well versed in this. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I was studying to be a paralegal before I worked in this dump.
Being well informed is a good thing.
Exactly. And cops don't like it, especially not this one. He don't like me. But this cop has the nerve because the piece of shit asshole guy happened to be black. Right? Big whoop. I don't give a fuck about anybody's race. I care about their IQ, or at least their demonstrated IQ. And whether they're, talking to me like a human being. Like I'm not gonna be disrespected. I'm not gonna be cursed out. And so he calls me and my boss racist. He says to my boss, as I've been a cop police officer here for 28 years, and as long as you've been working here, he says to my boss, you've always had problems with black men, and now you talking to me. I'm like, I don't give a shit about the color of his skin. I give a shit that he was taking pictures of my license plate like he's gonna find out where I live or something. I don't deny the very real problem of systemic racism, as I've said in many streams, both mine and others. But there are some people that twist it around to suit an agenda. And that's what gives the delegitimizers and the assholes, they think they have credibility. Because of pieces of shit like that.
It damages the entire cause when that happens.
Exactly. It's like, no, we should not have to still be telling people that Black Lives Matter, that disabled lives matter, that any lives that aren't straight, white, cis, matter. We shouldn't have to be telling people that. But that's not, the fact that there's a problem, it doesn't give assholes free reign to be assholes. So that's where I'm like, you know what? Like I don't like that shit. Yes, racism exists. No, I personally am not enforcing rules because of the color of your skin or your walk of life, whatever. I don't care about that. I like to think of myself as one of the most welcoming people to anybody's lifestyle that you can imagine, anybody's lifestyle, anybody's orientation, anybody's race. But I like to think of myself as one of the most open-minded, welcoming people on the face of the earth. But them stupid people,
Mm-hmm.
But them stupid people, no. No.
And stupidity does not discriminate on race.
Exactly. I actually had somebody the other day come to the desk asking, because she was going to play the day-by-day extending over and over game. And she said, do I have to pay a new deposit if I make a new reservation? Yeah. Well, why are you charging deposits anyway? I said, we've been charging deposits since before I worked here. We had too many problems with people who would pay cash or book online, and they would trash the room or they'd smoke in the room, and we'd have no recourse. So no, we had to protect the property. This bitch had the nerve to ask me that she was a She was a little white. You could tell she was on drugs. Like you could tell she was hooked on something. I'm not sure if it was uppers or downers actually by looking at her.
Hooked on phonics.
Normally I can tell. Honestly, with this bitch, it may have been both, considering she was coming to the desk at 2 a.m. asking me about this. And she's saying something to me about, she asked me, oh, I bet it's all the black people, right? I'm like, no.
Jesus.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Did you just ask me that? I said, no, ma'am. Rule breaking does not know color. I'm thinking to myself, I should throw this bitch out right now.
If anything, black people have to make sure they break the rules less, just to,
well, yeah, because
not get into trouble twice as much.
Exactly. That's the thing, I'm like, lady, your white crackhead privilege is showing. I could not believe it. I have never been so floored. I've never had that kind of blatant racism.
Have I told you about certain members of let's say my upbringing?
Like, don't get me wrong. I have known some horrible, horrible racists in my time. But in my working life, I have never had anybody, a customer, approach me and ask me such a shitty question. I'm like,
they're never racist, I say that.
Oh, yeah, and she tried to say, oh, I'm not prejudiced, da-da-da-da. If you're not prejudiced, why the fuck would you even think of asking me such a thing? And I texted my boss not too long before she got in. I was like, we need to throw this bitch the fuck out. And I told her why. And she's like, oh, no, she's definitely not coming in because we're not going to have that here. We have no tolerance for any bullshit from anybody. It's not the color of your skin. It's, are you acting like an idiot? Like, are you acting a fool? I couldn't.
I was at lunch recently with somebody who just made himself a black friend, and boy, he seemed over the moon about it. But he wanted to reassure us that, this was one of the good ones. It's like, oh my God.
I could not.
He's not,
I know why.
He's black, but he's not, against, he's not like wanting to kill white people and stuff. And I'm thinking, what, my head, I have my mouth full of rib. And I'm listening to this, and I'm speechless. I'm stunned. My husband is sitting right next to me, and I'm like, do you hear? And I'm.
It's like,
I live in the Ozarks, guys.
I can't believe. Well, I can because of what the kind of abusive relationship we just got out of with the White House.
Mm.
I can believe it, but I'm still disgusted by it. The fact that people think being openly, blatantly racist.
Oh, they're not racist.
Okay.
Hashtag not racist.
Like, no, it's
Again,
not okay to say that. I'm good.
We need like a spoken sarcasm font. You okay? Do you have COVID?
I do not have COVID. I do not have COVID. I've had a cough for a while. I think it's like a postnasal drip or something because I have horrible allergies.
Mm-hmm.
But when I cough, it is usually productive. Productive means not COVID.
I have like a chronic dry cough. So these days I just go everywhere and turn heads. No, I've never smoked. But I'm just saying chronic dry cough. I have tendencies towards bronchitis and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get horrible sneezing fits, and they go on for like 20, 30 minutes at a time.
Sneezing makes me laugh.
Sneezing makes me pee.
You should see the things that Furball is sending me right now and has been for like 20 minutes. He's trying to distract me. Oh, and you were just saying openness to like all the lifestyles or all the orientations and stuff. And I'm thinking, yeah, like that I'm poly. And I just realized I'm talking. What's that?
Is he sending you dick pictures?
Not of his at the moment.
Oh, not of his?
I'm with him.
Ah. Sending you dick pictures, not of his.
Oh, I mean, they're gifts. He's trying to distract me right now.
You know,
they would like corrupt your virginity.
You're not gonna let me live that one down, are you?
Oh no. You're corrupting my virginity.
Fully size.
Same as last time.
Yeah, it's a plain pie, and I ordered some curly fries.
How long?
Says it says $6.50, but the guy's still waiting for the food. So
Tell me when he's almost here.
okay.
Tell me when he's at like Alabama and Compton.
Okay. If you touch my curly fries, they're not gonna find your body.
I'm taking some, so
He's gonna die.
you're all my witnesses if anything happens to me. Not to expect you to actually rat out your friend, but
Can I borrow that?
no. For what?
Its intended purpose. I promise I'm not gonna stab you with it. The fact that I have to say that. The fact that I have to say, I promise I'm not going to stab you, hit you, whatever with it.
Trying to use it on your teeth.
I'm not going to use it on my teeth. My freaking nails are a mess.
Yeah, you want to use it like that, right?
I do need to get done.
He's got cat claws. Come here. He's got cat claws. He's got bitch nails.
Nice. I do need to go there.
Oh, all right.
Oh my god, Josh.
Ow! That's why I didn't want to fucking give it to you. That hurt.
I stabbed him with the nail cleaner. Ow!
Hurts, doesn't it?
Oh, a little violence never hurt anyone. Okay, so
So you're getting out of here? All right.
Yeah,
I
I
think
gotta
at
go.
this point we're going to shut this down anyway because
all right.
I don't want to be eating pizza on stream.
And the pineapples it comes with.
No. I'm going to find you. I'm going to hit you with a shovel.
Bring it. Bring it. You bring it.
Are you sure?
Bring it.
I have the blood of Psystrike in my veins. Are you sure you want to test that?
That is quite that is pretty intimidating. Yeah. You
The
do
thing you told me about what used to go on in his head.
Yeah, I know. Don't I know?
Not that I'm shocked by any of it. At least what you've elaborated on. Yeah. I love my uncle, but being fucked in the head runs in the family, so I'm just So that's the brand of fucked he was.
He was brilliantly creative in some dark ways that might even give mine a run for their money.
Well, you did see the screenshot I sent you of what exactly he wanted to do to my ex-husband.
Oh, that was among the things you told me about.
Timers and shockings and brain prisons, and I was like, oh, why do you have to be 500 to 700 miles away? Plausible deniability. Okay.
Hey, that was my phrase. I taught him. Okay.
Well, anyway, I think we're gonna cut this short. You gotta go, and honestly, I got something, so it's like I have to be here in like 5 minutes. So, all right, thank you to everyone who joined us,
and thank you for having me on. I'm sorry I couldn't really contribute anything interesting. I'm just kind of here.
Oh, please, you being here was good enough.
Well, it was my pleasure.
Anytime you and I are in the same general vicinity on social media, it's always interesting.
It can get interesting.
My poor mother. Anyway.
Bless her soul.
Oh, yeah. So, thank you to everybody. And Next week on the sofa, 10 p.m. British summertime, and whatever that is in your time. For me, it's 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I don't know what anybody else's time zone is, but
The actual time zone, Central.
the actual time zone. I could swear that was Greenwich Mean Time. But anyway, time zones aside, tune in next week, April 22nd. It's about to get live up in here.
Hey, that's when I get my
And the pizza's
vaccination.
here. Hello.
Add pineapple. Bye.
All right, be right out. Oh, what a good boy. He's going to go get the food so he can steal my curly fries. All right. Well, tune in to On the Sofa next week. It'll probably be a hell of a show. And good night, everybody.
Night all.